3 times the state has tried to kick him out. This time, state officials say there's no need for a trial because the evidence, they argue, already speaks for itself. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paul Cook. Missouri's new Attorney General is turning up the heat on St. Louis Sheriff Alfred Montgomery. Katherine Hanaway filed a renewed motion today to kick him out of office, arguing his indictment and pattern of misconduct leave no doubt he's unfit to serve. And our political editor, Mark Maxwell, is here in studio with the latest developments on the sheriff's fight to keep his job. Mark.
Yeah, hey, Paul, good afternoon. We know Attorney General Katherine Hanaway is new here. She's filed this motion just days after she was sworn in, weeks really. She's now asking a judge for summary judgment, meaning the court could try to remove Sheriff Alfred Montgomery without going to a trial. Hanaway's team says several facts in their complaint are now undisputed. The handcuffing of a city jail commissioner, the sheriff's refusal to transport detainees for medical care, and deputies chauffeuring his children on city time. In these court filings, Hanaway says Montgomery, quote, willfully violated state law on 3 counts. 1, abuse of power, 2, neglect of duty, and 3, using his office for personal gain. Hanaway cites testimony and video evidence showing Montgomery ordering a female jail official handcuffed. That was the act that later got him indicted. Hanaway argues that same pattern extends to his alleged refusal to send deputies on more than 60 medical transport calls and counting, and even to use city vehicles to take his children to and from school. Montgomery has declined almost every media request for interviews for 8 months straight until granting a rare interview to St. Louis Public Radio late last week. In it, he blamed his trials on racist motivations. Quote, "I think that it's racially motivated," he said. "It all boils down to me being the youngest African-American elected sheriff in the United States history, and so this is just a push to get rid of Democrats, especially black Democrats around the U.S. Montgomery goes on to say, "I think that the Attorney General here felt like this was an easy grab, this was low-hanging fruit." We've invited Sheriff Montgomery here in studio to explain himself and to offer these explanations to the public. So far, his office has not responded to those invitations. He's due back in court 3 weeks from tomorrow, and that's when the new Attorney General could ask the judge for this 3rd time to kick this sheriff out of office, Paul.
Wow, how unusual is it for an attorney general to file a motion like this, Mark?
Well, lawyers will routinely ask for summary judgment. Here, they basically filed a whole bunch of different complaints. They dropped that one, the earlier explosive nepotism allegation, and the sheriff filed responses and rebuttals for some of those others. But on 2 of these 3, the city funded personal chauffeur for his kids and placing the jail commissioner in handcuffs, on those 2, his legal defense has basically been, oops, won't do that again. On the 3rd one, refusing to transport those jail inmates for medical appointments, he's now under a court order that requires him to do that in another court case. So basically, that's their defense might boil down to none of these things are live, ongoing issues.
Wow, thank you so much for investigating, and I know there's much more to come. Thank you, Mark Maxwell.